All right, I know you're all excited to be here right now. It's probably the number one place you want to be right at this minute is watching a math video, and I'm glad you're here. Okay, we're going to do 4 problems. We're going to do a two-step equation, a multi-step equation, a multi-step equation with variables on both sides. What? And then we're going to throw one in with fractions because I know these are everyone's favorite, so I threw that in there just for fun. Okay? Now, if you need more detail than I'm going to give in this video, I actually have a video for each of these different ones, its own video. Wasn't that nice of me? I know. If you need those, right over there. If you're sticking around, stick around. Okay, let's first do this two-step equation here. My whole goal, what I want in the end, is k equals something. Okay, and it's the number that makes this true. A number minus 5 divided by 2 equals 4. Okay, now to find that, I just need to undo everything that's being done to k over here. Okay, so we have k minus 5 divided by 2. So first I need to get rid of that whole divide by 2. So to get rid of it, I'm going to multiply by 2 on both sides. Okay, 2 over 2 leaves me with 1. That fraction is gone. You're welcome. K minus 5 equals 4 times 2 is 8. Look, we're almost done. I just need to get rid of this negative 5 now. So I'm going to add 5 to both sides. So I've got K equals 13. And that is my answer. I can always go plug this in here. 13 minus 5 divided by 2. Is that 4? Yes. Okay. Always go back and do that if you would like. It just gives you peace of mind that you got it right. Okay. Now, you probably have somewhere there's a number in front of that variable. We're going to cover that here. Okay. Just one extra step in this one versus this one, in that we have to combine like terms first, okay? So combine my t's. I have a 2t and a t, so I need to combine those. 2t plus t, this is like 1t, gives me 3t. And then I combine my other like terms, so negative 7 and 12 are like terms. Negative 7 plus 12 gives me positive 5. Yes. And all of that equals 32. Okay. Now this is just like a two-step equation. Okay. So I need to get rid of this positive 5 by subtracting 5 from both sides. So I've got 3t equals 27. Okay. These are being multiplied together. So to undo the multiplication, I just divide. Divide by 3 on both sides. That goes away, so I'm left with t equals 9. Yes. I can always go plug that back in if I want to verify that I was right. Okay. Which is a good idea because the other day I was filming one of these videos and I said 6 divided by 3 was 3 and had to go re-record. So it's always a good idea just to make sure you didn't do something that later will be like, did I seriously do that? Because that's what I did. I was kind of embarrassed, but now I'm telling you about it. Okay. All right, this one looks a little scary, right? But we're just going to piece it away slowly and it won't be that bad. What's different about this one is we've got W's on both sides, over here and over here, okay? First of all, this entire thing is being divided by 7. So I want to get rid of that divide by 7. So I'm going to multiply this whole side by 7. If I do it over here, I got to multiply this side by 7 as well. Okay. All right. These cancel. So then over here, I'm just left with the top, the numerator. So I've got 17w plus 2 minus 4w plus 8 equals, all right, I gotta multiply this side by 7. And when I multiply, this 7 gets distributed to each one. Now, you could combine like terms first. It, whatever is your fancy. Okay. I just happen to not in this case. But you could if you wanted to. All right. So 7 times a -1 gives me -7. 7 times W gives me 7W. And 7 times 11 gives me 77. I didn't even make a restaurant joke. Okay. I mean, not restaurant, gas station. Okay. Now, I just need to combine like terms. I'm going to combine like terms on this side of the equal sign and then this side of the equal sign. Okay. So I'm going to combine these two. Okay. So 17W minus 4W gives me 13W. Then I've got 2 and 8, which are like terms, which give me 10. Okay. Now I've got this side where I've got 7W. That's the only W over here, so I'm just going to write 7W. And then I've got -7 and 77, which just gives me a positive 70. All right, now I want all my W's together and all my not W's together. So I'm going to subtract 7W over here. If I do it over here, I got to do it over here. So then I've got 6W plus 10 equals 70. Then I'm going to subtract 10 from both sides. Okay, I'm going to scoot over here. Those go away, and I'm left with 6W equals 60. All right, but I want W totally alone, so I need to get rid of that 6. So I'm going to divide it off. I got to do it to the other side to keep it balanced. So then I've got W equals 60 divided by 6 is 10. Look at that. We took that scary thing and turned it into something not so scary. Okay, now I know you've been looking forward to this one. That's why I saved it for last, okay? There's 2 ways you could do this. I'm only going to show one way. I show both ways in that other video I talked about at the beginning. So if you are just so curious and you want to know, go over there. Or if you don't like this way and you want to see a different way, go ahead and look over there. Okay. Now, I've got all these different denominators, right? Denominators is the bottom number of a fraction. Ugh. In order to add and subtract fractions, they have to have the same denominator. So one way is to get all the denominators the same and then work with them that way. But there's another way that gets rid of all these fractions. Doesn't that sound magical, getting rid of fractions? Okay, what you do to do this is you look at all the denominators and think, what is the smallest number that all of these go into? Okay, the smallest number all of these go into is 12. Okay, so watch what happens if I multiply both sides by 12. Because I can do whatever I want to this equation as long as I do it to both sides, right? That keeps it balanced. So if I want to multiply by both sides by 12, I can do that. And we'll just see what happens to our equation when I do that. Okay? Now, this 12 gets multiplied to each of these, right? So this is going to be 12 times 1 over 2a, right? Or just 12 over 2. Which, what does 12 over 2 simplify to? Oh, 6. Oh, so look, now that's just 6a. Okay? Now if I multiply it to this, I get 12 times 2 over 3a, which you can multiply that out and figure out what it is. Or you might notice in your head, okay, 12 can also be written as 3 times 4, right? And this 3 cancel, and I'm left with plus 8a. Yeah? Or you could have just done 12 times 2 is 24, divide by 3 is 8. Okay? Look, now that is just an 8. Not too bad, right? All right, now 12 times 3 over 4. Okay? Again, this 12 can be written as 3 times 4, and then those 4s cancel. So then I'm left on top with 3 times 3, which is 9. Oh, and guys, I wrote an A there. I apologize. There's no A there. Scratch that. Okay. Equals, all right, we're multiplying this by 12, which will give me 12 over 6, which simplifies to what? 12 divided by 6 is 2. Okay. Does this look a lot less scary now? I would say yes. All right. Now I'm going to combine like terms. So I've got a 6a here and an 8a here. So this is 14a plus 9 equals 2. Okay. Now I just want a alone, so I'm going to subtract this 9. So I get 14a equals -7. Okay. I want to get the a all by itself, so I'm going to divide by 14. So I get a equals, this simplifies to -1/2, because 7 goes into 7 once and 7 goes into 14 twice. Look at that. Okay, feeling good? Yes? Okay, again, if you need more detail than I just gave you, check out those other videos. If not, awesome. Hopefully you can get to bed soon and have dreams of math that aren't nightmares.